Good morning to all. This is Dr. K. Pungudi, Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, Director, Center for Construction Methods and Materials, SR University, Warangal. Today's class, we will see about the bar building schedule for column. Already we know about what is bar building schedule. It gives the bar diameter, shape of the reinforcement, number of bars, cutting length, total length, weight of the steel, and what are the advantages of the bar bending schedule means it saves steel reinforcements, reduces wastages, easy to execute at the site. It is a faster building, then better quality control. Before going to bar bending schedule, per column, we must know about the types of column and the respective reinforcements. Here, based on the shape, rectangular column, square column, circular column, like that, different columns are there. And based on the load acting, it is axially loaded column, then biaxially loaded column, like that, the different loaded conditions are there. Then based on the slenderness ratio, long column, short column is there. And here, this is the reinforced concrete column. Here, how the reinforcements are arranged in a column like that. This picture shows. Then square column, spiral column, then steel column, only with steel column. So here, how the stirrups can be tied with the square and rectangular column and the circular column like that. That things also, that knowledge also very important for each and every civil engineer. So mainly the types of column are based on the shape and the slenderness ratio we have to consider. Based on the shape, square column, rectangular column and circular column, and based on the slenderness ratio, long column and short column. Normally, we don't want to go for the long column since the failure of the column will take place because of the buckling. So, short column is always preferable. Based on that small introduction, we can go to the column reinforcement. Here, the percentage of longitudinal steel reinforcement in a concrete column must be between 0.8 percentage to 6 percentage. Normally, 2.5 to 2.6 percentage like that we are providing, which is from the cross-sectional area of the column as per the standard building code like IS 456. So here, the percentage of the longitudinal reinforcement, it is very important since column is a compression member. It is not a flexural member. It is a compression member. It is a vertical one and it carries all the load from the slab and beam. So here, what are the different types of reinforcements means for the rectangular or square column, the reinforcements are longitudinal reinforcements and the transverse reinforcements. The main rods are called as longitudinal reinforcements and the stirrups are called as transverse reinforcement. Is it for a rectangular column, rectangular and square column, the stirrups are called as here. This is the secondary reinforcement. The secondary reinforcement is called as stirrups are lateral ties. Same that here the circular column. Here the lateral ties are also called as helical reinforcement since it is a in circular manner and it is called as helical reinforcement instead of the lateral ties. And the center to center distance of the rectangular and square column is named as spacing. But here in circular column, the center to center distance of the helical reinforcement is called as thick. So that nomenclatures are very important. These are the basic things to differentiate the different types of columns, to group the column and where the columns will be there. Normally, we are providing that rectangular and square columns of the structure and portico sides to improve the aesthetic appearance. We want to provide the circular columns. Normally, The circular columns are not at all provided at inside of the structure or inside of the building. Since the bond between the ball and the circular column will be less when compared with the square and rectangular column, and the projections also will be there at the inside of the rooms because of the circular columns. So to avoid that somewhat projections and improve the aesthetic appearance for the structure of any building, the square and rectangular column are preferable. And portico sides, the corners, we want to avoid that, since the rectangular and the square columns, because of the corners, the damages will be there for the vehicles or human beings also. So to avoid that things, circular columns are preferable, and circular columns are also give better aesthetic appearance. So here we have to consider these things. And the reinforcement details of an RCC column. For a reinforced cement concrete column, what are the data needed first? That things by design. By design of the column, we are able to arrive the size of the column, height of the column, clear cover, number of main bars, then stirrups. Like that, we are able to arrive. And here, for example, from the as per the design, we are able to arrive that column size is 300 by 450 mm. Height of the column is 3 meter. Clear cover is 40 mm. Main bars 8 numbers of 16 mm dia. Then stirrups of 8 mm dia, 150 mm center to center distance. And the reinforcement columns components are longitudinal bars and lateral ties. Since this is a rectangular column, uh, and it is not a cylinder one, it is short column only. Since the slenderness ratio is not more than 2, so here longitudinal bars and lateral ties, the main bars, the vertical main bars are named as longitudinal bars in a column, and the lateral ties, which are the stirrups and also act as the shear reinforcement. So here at site, this column size, normally we want to say that 1 by 1.5. What is that 1 by 1.5? That code word 1 by 1.5 means 1 feet by 1.5 feet. The width is 1 feet and the breadth is 1.5 feet. So like that, we want to say that the minimum dimension, either it may be breadth or width, here 1 feet. So we want to say that it starts from the 1 by 2, 2 by 2, 1.5 by 2 by 1.5, like that. At field, we want to say about the size of the column and the height of the column based upon the room dimension, and the clear cover when compared with the beam and slab, the clear cover is slightly reduced to 40 mm. The minimum clear cover needed as per IS 456 2000 for column is 40 mm. And see here, this is the reinforcement details. The reinforcement details of an RCC column: column size 300 by 450 mm, height 3 meter, clear cover 40 mm, main bars 8 numbers of 16 mm dia, then stirrups 8 mm dia of 150 mm center to center. See here, this is the vertical bars. The vertical bars are named as the longitudinal bars are main bars, and which are ties the main reinforcements. The stirrups, which are used to tie the main bars, are called as the stirrups, and the stirrups only take the shear reinforcement. And here the cross sectional details: breadth is 300 mm, depth is 450 mm, main bar 8 numbers of 16 mm dia, and here stirrups 8 mm dia stirrups with clear cover. See there, the clear cover is 40 mm. So with this data, we are able to arrive at what is the total weight of the reinforcements which are used in this particular column only. So see here, between that one stirrup to another stirrup, the center to center distance is 150 mm. So here 150 mm center to center we are using, so that how many number of stirrups will be there, what is the cutting length of the stirrup, and because of that cutting length, how much total length of 8 mm dia rods needed as the for the stirrups with the bends. So that things we have to keep in our mind, and we have to calculate. This is it is there is no tough formulas are involved. Just by logical thinking, we are able to calculate that what is that total length of the main reinforcement, and total length of the 8 mm dia rods needed for the stirrups, and what is the total weight by calculating both the main reinforcement and the stirrups, and by combining that what is the total weight, for that weight what is the market rate, like that if we are able to arrive, that called as the bar bending schedule of a column. See here, this is longitudinal bar calculations, height 3000 mm, since the um, room height maybe 3 meter, that is 10 feet. For that, the development length needed at bottom and top is equal to 600 mm each. So here, the development length extra needed here, so that the stability will be increased. So that here, this is approximately 2 feet. And the extension also minimum 2 feet. So here, at the top main was anchorage length 600 mm, and here bottom 600 mm. So these things we have to consider. So these are the extra length for all the 8 number of bars. So how we are able to calculate that the cutting length of the main bar. So cutting length of the main bar, it is very simple. The number of bars are 8, and each bars are extended at bottom 2 feet and the top 2 feet, that is approximately equal to 600 mm. So here column size 300 by 450, height 3 meter. So here we have to add the height of the main reinforcements, since anchorage is needed. Without anchorage, we are not able to place the reinforcements at the column. Then clear cover 40 mm, then main bars and stirrups. Like that, if you are calculate, then it is over. So here see that cutting length, height plus top anchorage plus bottom anchorage. So height of the column is 3000 mm, top anchorage is equal to 600 mm, bottom anchorage is equal to 600 mm. So by adding 3000 plus 600 plus 600, we are able to get 4200 mm. This is the length of one main bar. And the dia of the bar, we know that they are 16 mm bars. So here 16 mm bar, one bar length, for this 3 meter height, we are able to calculate it as 4.2 meter. 4.2 meter is the length of an individual main reinforcement. So here number of bars is equal to 8. So if we multiply with 8, then we are able to get as 33.6 meter is the length needed. So 33.6 meter is the length, means then what is the number of bars needed? Like that also we are able to calculate, since one length of bar means it is equal to 12 meter. So 33.6 meter means then how many length? 33.6 by 12, we are able to get nearly 3 bars. So if we are 3 into 12, that is 36 meter we are able to get, and we are not able to buy exactly 33.6 meter, since we are able to get the reinforcements bar by length of single length of 12 meter. So here we are able to purchase 3 length. Normally we want to say that 16 mm 3 length. So 16 mm 3 length is enough for the construction of the single column of size 300 by 450 mm of height 3 meter. This is the logical thing. Then we can move to the stirrups cutting length. Stirrups cutting length, the column size is 3,300 by 450 mm. Clear cover 40 mm. Stirrup diameter 8 mm dia rods. And we have to calculate the effective dimensions. So the effective dimensions, both side the cover is there. Both side, the single side, the clear cover is 40 mm. So both side we want to deduct 2 of 40 mm. So 300 minus 80, we are able to get 220 mm. Then depth, same like that, the clear cover is uniform. So here also 450 minus of 80, we are able to get 370 mm. So the approximate cutting length is equal to both side 2. So 2 of 220 plus 370, then we are able to get the 1340 mm as the hook length. Then we can go for the number of stirrups. Number of stirrups is calculated based upon the spacings. Column height is 3000 mm. So number of stirrups is equal to height divided by spacing plus 1. So 3000 divided by 150 plus 1, we are able to get 21 stirrups. And total length, already we calculated it as 1340 mm. So total length 21 into 1.34 meter. Then we are able to get 28.14 meter. 28.14 meter means if we are purchasing two length, we are able to get only 24 meter. So it is increased to somewhat extra also. So this also we have to purchase of three length. So three length we are purchasing, then it is equal to 36 meter. That 36 meter, apart from the cutting of this stirrups, we are able to get some extra material. So that main reinforcement and the stirrups, that extra reinforcement should be kept aside and it should be reused in that another column. Like that, we should not stop with the single column. For the entire building, what is the total number of columns and what is the total height and what is the anchorage length, and beyond the anchorage length we have to think about the overlapping length also. Since one length means it is 12 meter only. In that also anchorages it should be reduced. Beyond that, the height of the rod, that is the longitudinal bar length needed as per the height of the building. So we have to consider that number of columns, group of columns, then size of the columns. After that, number of rods, diameter of the rods, then total height. Like that we have to calculate, and after that only we have to overlapping lengths also. That overlapping lengths also we must consider. Then based upon that we must do the calculations for the entire building, how much steel reinforcement needed. So like that, if we are calculating and we are able to purchase in with the single order, and we are able to store the steel reinforcements in a better place without affecting the outside air and rain and high temperature, like that, then we are able to reduce the wastages. By reducing the wastages, we are able to uh, optimize the cost of the building. Most of the time, whenever we are visiting that any site, small pieces of the rods of different diameter left over, and they want to just by not storing that, not taking outside, simply they want to fill that site. Because of that, wastages are more. So if we are able to know that what is the logical thinkings and how much the total reinforcement needed for column, beam, clamp, footing, and etc. How many diameter of the bars are involved in that, and what is the total length of the rod needed, where is the overlapping things are there, and for overlapping itself how much length of the rod of different diameter are needed, like that we are considering everything, then the wastages surely we are able to reduce, and the effective material management we are able to attain with the help of the bar bending schedule. So here steel weight calculation, the formula already we know that d squared by 162. This d squared by 162 into length we are able to get that total weight. So main bars 16 mm. So here d square 16 square divided by 162, and the total weight, the length of the bar is 33.6 meter into 1.58, we are able to get 53.09 kg as the main bar weight. Then stirrups 8 mm rods, that is equal to 0.395, normally 0.4 kg per meter. So the total length of stirrups 28.14 into 0.4, we are able to get 11.12 kg as the stirrup reinforcement. And the bar bending schedule will be here very simple schedule. One is main bar and another one is stirrups. Here main bar, there is no mixed bar. All the rods of 8 numbers are same diameter of 16 mm. So here cutting length 4.2 meter and total length 33.6 meter. Then we are able to get the total weight of the main bars is equal to 53.09 kg. Then stirrups 8 mm dia, number of stirrups 21, cutting length of single stirrup it is 1.34, total length is 28.14. For that we are able to calculate, then the total weight will be 11.12 kg. And the total reinforcement needed by calculating, by adding the main bars and the stirrups 53.09 plus 11.12, we are able to get 64.21, say 65 kg. So for single column of 300 by 450 mm, 8 numbers of 16 mm dia, 8 mm stirrups of 150 mm center to center of room height 3000 mm, the quantity of the steel needed is equal to 65 kg. This 65 kg is the inclusion of both main reinforcement and the stirrups. So the current rate of the steel at market is rupees 70,000 per ton. So for 65 kg, the approximate cost will be 4,550. Then labor charges we are including, it is around 1,000 rupees. Then wastage is around 450 rupees. So the total cost of the reinforcement for single column will be 6,000 rupees. And then the key points, uh, while calculating the bar bending schedule of a column, we must understand the type of the column and the column reinforcement. Then we have to calculate the cutting length correctly. Then after that we must estimate the quantity of the steel accurately. Then we are able to prepare the bar bending schedule. Then we can able to reduce the wastages of the steel. By reducing the wastages of the steel itself, nearly 1 to 2% of the total project cost can be saved. And another one example, height is 4 meter, that is room height, cross section area 300 by 400 mm, clear cover 40 mm, number of vertical bars, that is longitudinal bars 6 numbers, the diameter of the vertical bar 16 mm, diameter of the stirrups 8 mm, and the stirrups is 150 to 200 mm center to center. And for this we have to calculate the bar bending schedule. See here, this is a rectangular column And the calculation was to proceed into two steps. That is longitudinal bar calculation and the cutting length of the stirrups. Vertical bar calculations here it includes the development length and the height of the column. So here we are using the one formula as per the IS code uh, 40D or for another 600 mm. Like that, if you want to take that, then which one is the maximum value? That value we want to take that. So here 4000 plus 40D. Yeah, 40D is the development length, and here 40 into 16 we are able to get 640. So here 4640 mm or 4.640 meter is the development length. Then the length of one vertical bar is 4.640. So we have to have the total number of bars is 6, and the total length is 27.84 meter main bar needed. And the cutting length of the stirrups in columns, the cross-section area of the column is 300 by 400, and the calculation length is 300 minus 2 into clear cover. So 300 minus 80, it is 220 mm, and the another side, the vertical distance minus 2 into top bottom cover. So 400 minus 2 into clear cover, we are able to get the another side 320 mm. So the effective size of the column will be 220 by 320 mm by reducing the clear cover size. And the number of stirrups, 25 numbers. Cutting length of one stirrups, we are able to calculate it as 1.16 meter. Here see that the stirrups we have to consider about the hook length also. Here hook length we want to calculate it as 9D, and it increased to 1D, and 5 into 2D we are able to get that 2 into 220 plus 2 into 320 plus 2 into 10 into 8 minus this value also. So we are able to get this 1160 mm. So we have a total 25 number of syrups. So 25 into 1.16, we are able to get 29 meter long 8 mm bar. So here for that main rod and the stirrups, once again we have to use that d squared by 162. By using that formula d squared by 162, we are able to get that uh, the total weight of the main bars and the total weight of the shear reinforcement. It is nothing but the stirrups. So by considering both the things, we are able to calculate the total weight of the main bars and total weight of the stirrups. By adding all the things, we are able to get the total weight of the uh, reinforcement rod which is used in the single column. So by single column, we are able to calculate this much quantity is just for example, but it is not good for the entire construction. So entire construction, suppose it is only ground floor means residential building of just one floor means, then the steel can be ordered at a single stretch, so that the cost will be effective. Suppose multi-story building construction we are going means, then the bar bending schedule is totally different. For that, one design engineer must be there to maintain that rebars bar bending schedule, and then purchase of the materials, maintenance of the materials, and issue of the materials at the right time. So here when we are able to order that bulk quantity, and how much quantity we are able to get at the single stretch, and where it can be stored, that also very important. But in India, normally the reinforcement rods are stored at the open atmosphere itself, but it is not at all a good practice, since the reinforcement will be easily corroded. Suppose it is easily corroded before the usage at the concrete means, then that is not at all a good practice. So to avoid that corrosion by storing long term, it should be ordered then and there. It is somewhat a right method to avoid the corrosion also. But we are not able to order by 5 rods, 10 rods like that. So one load means what is the maximum capacity. Like that, if we are able to purchase directly from the manufacturers for multi-story buildings, then the cost will be considerably reduced. Suppose a single residential building of 4,000 square feet, 5,000 square feet means we have to deal with the dealers itself. But for the multi-story buildings, with the help of the bar bending schedule, we are able to approach the manufacturers directly. If we are able to approach like that, then we are able to get the correct proportions of the different diameters of the reinforcements at the needed time. So it can be effectively used. Same time, the wastages can be reduced. Without the material, the work will not be stopped or delayed. So the bar bending schedule for column is very very simple. The one thing we have to consider, that the anchorage length of 40D and the overlapping length also, when the number of stories are more. Then stirrups, the cutting length should be considered. Cutting length can be calculated based upon the clear cover and the bend, number of bend. So based on that, we are able to calculate the cutting length of the stirrups and the total quantity of the reinforcement also. Hope that this bar bending schedule for column is very useful for the civil engineers who are working at the sites also. So small things, if we are clear and confident, then with very strong mind, we are able to execute the work at site, so that we are able to avoid the unwanted delays and the project can be delivered to the customer at the uh, planned or scheduled time. So for that, the bar bending schedule is helps a lot. Thank you for watching.